One more? Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. It's so nice to be together, both here in our moderately air-conditioned building in San Diego. We are aware that not only do we need to do some introspection and reflection and repair, but our air conditioning system also needs some repair as well. And so every part of our community is getting ready for the High Holy Days. We also want to welcome all those who are joining us from around San Diego and also around the world. So what I'm going to invite everyone to do is take a look at the camera in the back and wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom at home, wherever they are, whether you're joining us from La Jolla or the Philippines, or Bogota. We know you're here from Bogota, so we're so glad to have you as joining our broader community and being a part of this community together. The month of Elul is known as an island in the year. Before we slip too quickly into the season of the soul, let there be a Sabbath of Sabbaths for the heart. Before the music of creation's majesty, let there be a silent praise of existence. Before the feast of sanctified words, let there be a poetry of solitude. Before we enter the palaces of prayer, let us find within ourselves a place of calm. Before we revel in the wondrous and sublime, let there be an honest and inward gaze. Before the rites and ceremonies of awe, let there be quieter days, an island of attentiveness. Throughout the month of Elul, it is a mitzvah to hear the sound of the shofar. And we should be mindful that the mitzvah the blessing that we will offer on the High Holy Days does not say that the mitzvah is in the sounding of the shofar. So if you don't know how to sound a shofar, that's okay. The mitzvah is in the hearing, lishmoa kol shofar. We hope that throughout the month of Elul, your souls may be awakened to the voice of the shofar. And may at this moment, amid the shouts of joy, to the sound of the shofar, the Holy One may ascend. To help us bring in light on this Shabbat, we call our Benot Mitzvah for tomorrow, Harper Schwartz and Paige Pastusko, up to help light our Shabbat candles. The blessing may be found on page 10. And their families, yes.
במצוותיו וציווה להדליק נר של שבת.
We welcome Shabbat with psalms and song. We begin on page 3, singing Ozi v'Zimrat Yah.
Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Yeshua, Yeshua, Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Yeshua, Yeshua, Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Yeshua, 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 Ozi v'Zimrat Yah, vayhili. Yeshua.
Page 12, Lechune Ranana.
Maria.
page 22, Lecha Dodi. We'll rise together when we get to the third verse and face our entrance as we greet the Sabbath bride. In the meantime, join with us as we sing together Lecha Dodi. Not yet, not yet. When we get to the third verse, it's okay. It's very confusing. There's a lot of up and down, but here's what you need to know. We're going to sing together. We're going to pray together, and we're going to welcome the Sabbath bride together. Page 22.
Someone that you're near, wish them Shabbat Shalom. Stay standing. We face Jerusalem as we begin to call each other to prayer.
Baruch et Adonai
Page 28, we join together. Blessed are you, Adonai, Your great name fills the universe with majestic might. Your word creates twilight and dusk, as your wisdom opens the gates of night. Your discernment separates the changes in seasons and causes the passage of time. The stars arrayed across the sky reveal your design. You roll out the cycle of darkness and light, shaping day and night. You sweep away day and carry the world into nightfall, setting apart from nighttime. You are God of all we can perceive. All that is beyond our perception. Living eternal God, be our sovereign to the end of time.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'ravim.
And on page 30 together, love beyond all space and time. Your love enfolds your people, Yisrael. We receive it in your teaching, your gift of Torah, sacred obligations, discipline, and law. So let us speak these teachings when we lie down and rise up and find joy forever in your Torah and mitzvot. They are our very essence of our life, ours to ponder and study all our days. May we never lose or be unworthy of your love.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We invite Harper and Paige to the bima to lead us in Ve'ahavta on page 34.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם
מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
As Rabbi Gimbel mentioned at the beginning of our service, this is the time of Elul. Elul has an acrostic, Aleph Lamed Vav Lamed. Ani ledodi v'dodi li, I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. What does that mean? We say it under the chuppah at times for wedding couples. The words ring true in our hearts. And in this time, in this period, in this month prior to Rosh Hashanah, that we are required to create inventory, to go through the inventory of our lives, to constantly reflect upon it. This is the moment in which we do that, and that's why we use these very special Sidurim, these reflective moments of the month of Elul. Of Elul is supposed to be Ani ledodi v'dodi li, I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. That's God, that's the relationship with each and every one of us. That's the ways in which we've fallen short and we need to pick up again. And that we don't think about it all the time. But this is the moment where we try to dig deep, to get us ready. Going to Rosh Hashanah and showing a ticket is not enough. You have to step up, you have to prepare yourself in order to enter into that space. So join me on page 37. Page 37, as I invite you to join in the italics, just understanding a welcome of commandedness in the sense. Be mindful of all the mitzvot and do them. In everything you do, the mitzvot go with you. If you build a house, there is this, and together, where you build a new house, you shall make a protective barrier for your roof, so that you do not bring blood guilt on your house if anyone should fall from it. When you cross a threshold, there is this. Set these words upon your heart. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. When you see an elder, there is this. Rise before the one whose head is white with age, and regard an elder with respect. If you hire a person to work for you, there is this. You shall not exploit your neighbor. You shall not keep a worker's wages with you overnight until morning. If you have dealings with a stranger, there is this. The stranger who dwells with you shall be like a citizen among you, and you shall love that person as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. When you engage in holy work, there is this. Everyone who excelled in ability, and everyone whose spirits moved them came, bringing to the eternal their offerings. Even when you are just taking a walk, not occupied with anything, the mitzvot go with you, for there is this. Set these words upon your heart, speak of them on your way. As we enter into Michamocha, this is the moment, the Mitzrayim, the narrowness, in where the guidance that we just received is supposed to elevate us, is supposed to expand our potential. And Elul gives us a moment to reflect on the ways that we haven't expanded our potential. And so, whether you've just come into the sanctuary or tuned in for your first time in a long time, or first ever, or whether you're here to celebrate a simcha, a joyous event in the life of you and your family, it's a moment in mourning, in blessing, that we hold and try to bring expansiveness. As we join together, Micha Mocha, page 40.
Yeah.
Page 42, we join together for Hashkivenu. Page 46, V'shamru B'nei Israel et Shabbat, the people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing it as a covenant throughout all time. We join together.
Shamayim betaret, Shamru b'nei Yisrael. לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
In a moment, we'll have the opportunity to rise for the Amidah, the central section of our prayers this evening. The Amidah, and the words in this special prayer book of Elul, have some really beautiful, introspective readings and interpretations. And I invite you, as we will pray silently through page 75, to utilize the words of the prayer book, the rhythms, meditations of your own hearts, and then you may be seated and we'll come together after that. But I invite you to really take a few moments for your own collective thoughts. I invite you to rise as you're able. Page 48, we join together.
Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Fi Yagid Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Fi Yagid Tehilatecha.
אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה
One of the most important things that we can do when we're in prayerful moments together is reflect on those who are in need of our support, as individuals and as a community, where we offer Misha Berach, a prayer of healing. And those prayers are in mind and body and spirit. We know that there are those who are named that I'll share in a moment, of those we're reflecting on in our community at this time. But I'm also going to invite you to share a name or names of loved ones that you're thinking of so that we may hold them collectively in our hearts. We're thinking of Ari Zalman Leib ben Shoshana Moshe, Dina Leah Bat Zohara, Lauren Berman, Richard Kozend, Spencer Dickin, Sally Druskin, Ellen Edwards, Jessica Lynn Friedman, Denise Garrick, Ella Glickman, Nancy Gordon, Juliana Haken, Ellen Hutt, Ruthie Jordan, Richard Kitson, Rebecca Lahana, Roberta Lahana, Deborah Levin, Marshall J. Lewis, Nechama Bat Rafael, Claudia Liebenson, Michal Iran Bat Yael, Jim McIndoe, Julianne Colleen Medania Aujero, Yoram Minas, Michael Moore, Stanley Rabin, Lynn Richard, Sharon Ritter, Galina Robalchenko, Jenny Schnitzer, Rhonda Schwartz, Ilana Schaffer, Bernard Stein, Seth Strickler, Lynn Slotkin, Cindy Spector, Gerald Trimble, David Tossman, Kathy Weil, John Weil, Beatrice Weiner, Arlene Wellborn, Eric Winston, Naomi Williams, George Wise, and Todd Villa. If there's a name you'd like to share, I invite you to share as my eyes meet yours. Prayer of Misha Berach.
Hey
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. As the sun set beginning the Shabbat, we found ourselves on the 14th day of Elul. Elul, our month of turning inward in preparation for our new year. According to tradition, each day of Elul has a special meaning. Day 13 of Elul that we just ended was leading us to a path of inner holiness. And it is said that the essence of each one of us is good and holy because our souls are part of the divine. And on the 13th day, we strive even more for that truth. The Hebrew spelling of Elul has the acronym Ani Dodi V'Dodi Li. I am to my beloved, as my beloved is to me. It heightens the ideas of love, of family, love of friends, love of self, and love of the Creator. This love is sometimes filled with mistakes or betrayal, forgiveness, and hopefully the return to love. And no matter how the journey turns out, whether we forgive or are forgiven, our own essence is goodness and holiness, as we are each created B'Tselem Elohim in the divine image. And this is exactly what the month of Elul is about. In the end of this second week of Elul, we learned from Rabbi Simon Jacobson that with love can come the unmasking of the soul. He says, for many, our faces have become a mask for our feelings rather than an expression of our higher self, our inner holiness. In Psalm 27, which you just heard, which we read during the month of Elul daily, it is written, Libi bakshu panayet panecha, Adonai avakesh. My heart says to you, seek out my countenance. Your countenance, Adonai, I seek. Panai literally means my face. We are searching for that intimate relationship, seeing God face to face. And as well, we are seeking that intimacy in all of our relationships. In the English language, when we hear the word face, we think of it as only our outer layer. However, when we search the depth of Hebrew, we often find deeper meaning in so many of our words. Hebrew is remarkable that way, a modern language resurrected from an ancient language. There are many words which are about the image. For instance, as in the Hebrew word for hedgehog, kippod, the hedgehog looking very much like it wears a kippah. And if you come to my office, I'll show you many kippodim that you can see that they all look like they're wearing kippod. Or the assignation of the process of a word. For example, the word lachshov, to think, and the Hebrew word for computer, machshev, something that thinks. Panim, the Hebrew word for face, comes from the same root as the word panim, which means interior. Rabbi Jacobson notes, for many of us, our face has become a mask for our feelings rather than expression of our higher self, our inner holiness. And we have been taught, and sometimes learned too well, how to put on a smile while in truth we feel terrible inside. Or for some, how to put on a pretense of sadness with tears or expressions when we are truly not sad. These are places where the interior and exterior are not in sync. So how does our tradition tie this together? The holiness we seek in our relationship with the divine, with people that we love or people we connect to on a daily basis, is taught in Psalm 27. Seeking intimacy, face to face. Our face on the outside should reflect the souls on the inside, as it is said in the book of Ecclesiastes. The wisdom, the emotion, the holiness of a person shines in their face. It is the interior we want to share, the outside reflecting the inside. And we are now 2 weeks away from Rosh Hashanah as we strive to return to holiness, repentance, and to renew our souls so that our faces can shine with love, wisdom, truth, and the search for meaning to begin a new year. The month of Elul and Psalm 27 are guides for us. They are showing us how to let our true light, the one inside of us, show through. Face to face, that light is divine. I want to invite John Lefter to come and share with us a few thoughts, member of our board of directors.
I feel like this was the first test to see if I can make it. But good evening at Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is John Lefter. I'm a member of your board of directors, and I'm privileged to be joined tonight on the bima by the gracious, the lovely Lori Shear, hiding in the back of the old bima that we had. Thank you very much, Lori, for joining me. On behalf of Dan Jones, our president of the board, as well as all the members on the board, we would like to welcome you and thank you for joining us tonight for services, especially on this really challenging hurricane-like weather in San Diego. I know it was tough to make it out here, so we do appreciate you making the trip and also bearing with us the slightly warmer temperature in this room. I would also like to thank the Men's Club, Marty, Robert, thank you for ushering for us tonight. We really appreciate it and couldn't do it without you. Mazel tov to Harper and her parents Matt and Lauren, as well as her two brothers, Jake and Cade, as Harper becomes a bat mitzvah tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And also to Paige on the occasion of her becoming a bat mitzvah tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Congratulations to Paige's mom, Wendy, dad Peter, and her sister Maya. As if you didn't already know, you can find all information about our programs, everything that is happening here at Beth Israel on our webpage, cbisd.org, as well as the entire suite of social media, Facebook, Instagram, and all those things. So please make sure to check them. And in closing, before I very monotonously read for you my prepared remarks for the next 30 minutes, I would like to share with you a thought, a prayer for Shabbat and the weekend, and this is attributable to the source of all truth, internet and Google. Source of all goodness, as we join in Shabbat worship, we ask your blessing. Grant us health to perform our daily tasks, wealth enough to answer our needs, compassion enough to feel the needs of others. Give us the strength to recognize our own faults, wisdom enough to understand your laws, loyalty enough to discharge our duties. Give us courage to be true to the best within us, charity enough to see the best in others. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to feel your presence. Amen. So if you are new to our congregation, or if you have already been a member, please don't be shy. Stop by and say hi. I will look forward to meeting you after the services tonight. And in closing, I want to wish you all again a Shabbat Shalom, a safe drive. There might still be some water out on the freeways, and that's dangerous for us. And look forward to seeing you again at future services. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, John. We begin to conclude our service with Aleinu, pages 78 and 80. Won't you please rise if you're able?
I'm going to ask you to we
Or
have
not.
one thing that we need to do. You can take a seat for a moment. Appreciate it.
So sorry.
And this is customary. First of all, as a former New Yorker, I can never get used to the fact that people get nervous with drizzle coming down from the sky. But it is a unique experience in the roads of San Diego, and Southern California. So I'm slowly acclimating to that reality. But if that being said, but it does feel like a true northeast day here today with humidity at 85%.
I know, it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's a weather event. So as part of our monthly tradition on the second Friday of every month, we have the opportunity to say happy birthday to all of those who are celebrating a birthday in that respective month. So if your birthday, no matter how old or how young at heart you are, if your birthday is in the month of September, I invite you to come forward as we honor you this evening. So come on forward, and we have special gifts for you, and they are special. Come on up. Part of the minhag, or the custom of our community, is that you share your name with everybody and you tell us when your birth date is in this month of September, and if you are willing, how many trips you have made around the sun. You are welcome to share that as well. So tell us your name.
My name is Grant.
And how old are you?
And I'm turning 8, and my birthday is September 11th.
Beautiful. Okay.
My name is Courtney. My birthday is September 16th, and it's going to be my 25th trip.
Yay.
I'm Bob Priceman. My birthday is September 13. I'll be 86.
My name is Jenna. My birthday is September 12th, and I'll turn 16.
And she's my granddaughter.
I love it.
My name is Jeremy. My birthday is September 3rd. I turned 50.
Fantastic.
Good name.
My name is David. I'll be turning 51 on September 24th.
Fantastic. And so whenever we reach a new moment, a milestone in our tradition, we get to join together and sing the words of Shechianu. So we join and we say,
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh
and a special, it can't be a happy birthday without singing to you.
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach.
Happy birthday to all of you. And these are going to be collector's items, so keep them safe. Keep them safe. Thank you all.
Okay, now we can rise. Don't sit down. For Aleinu, page 78, and then to page 80.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני ברך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. When you hear the name of your loved one, we invite you to rise so that we may support you in your grief. And we are in the period of Shiva, 7 days after the burial, for Zane Feldman, father of Bernie and Susie Feldman, Lisa and Rob Orlansky, Sherry and Richard Strauss. And for Elliot Goldstein, husband of Nina Goldstein, father of Michael and Adam and Amy, and granddaughter Zoe Goldstein. And we are in the period of Shloshim, 30 days after the burial, for Alan Haubenstock, Philip Cushman, Gary Davies Aronson, Jean Friedman, Howard Irwin Black, and Gerard Solomon. And we remember those who died at this time in years past. Esther Ancoli, H. Robert Beitcher, George Joseph Berman, Norman Berman, Henry Bianchini, Henry Bloom, Michael Boxer, Goldie Bora, Hyman Braun, Barbara Brogadier, Bernard Brotman, David Burns, Pietro Busalaki, Mildred Cohen, Esther Edelman, Bernice Essenoff, B. Finkelman, Rosalie Fisher, Alex Frankel, Bertha Gall, Edith Gelman, Shirley Ginsburg, Beverly Glickman, Morton Golden, Max Goldsband, Margaret Greenbaum, Flora Greenspan, Rabbi Paul Grobe, Hyman Hecker, Sylvia Pecker, Bertha Hershenson, Richard Sparrow Hoffman, Richard Hoffman, Joe Horowitz, Gladys Inlander, Hanno Ix, Irene Jacobs, Leonard Kalish, Harold Kellman, Catherine K. Kirstein, Doris Cossey, Sylvia M. Kramer, Amelie Krause, Joseph Quint, Ruth Quint, Steve Leavenworth, Judith Levine, Lee Isaac Levy, Sheila Lieberman, Blanche Lynn, Fred Lewis, Hyman T. Moss, Heidi Schechter Moldo, Ruth Moskowitz, Fred Newman, Evelyn Oster, Freda Cooper Parker, Julius Jacob Pearl, Harvey Pliner, Suzanne Pollock, Annette Powell, Benjamin Press, Abram Price, Shirley Rebuff, Marvin Refson, Jenny Ronan, Philip Rosen, Becky Rubin, Irving Rubin, Maurice J. Similian, John Schneider, Gertrude Schwartz, Dorothy Shapiro, Eugene Snyder, Philip Stein, Laverne Stern, Jean Stern, Laura Stoddard, Charles Stotsky, Eileen Strickler, John Sucre, Ann Sukenik, Stephan Tabor, Frank Varga, Louis Wax, Esther Weiner, Esther Wolf, and Maria Zusmanovskaya. Perhaps you've come to Kaddish to say Kaddish and I have not called a name. Please rise and share that with us if you wish. We join together Kadisha Tome on page 86, noting at the end there are a few words that are a little bit different. We add them for everyone who dwells on this earth. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayei chon v'yomei chon, V'chayei dechol Beit Israel, Ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'alam u'lamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dekudisha b'richu, Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing now and always. Put your prayer books down. If you're next to someone that you're comfortable with, put your arms around them. Everybody please rise and we join together. Oseh Shalom.
Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru,
Turn to someone around you, behind you, in front of you. Wish them Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
As we join together for Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, potei avon. Shabbat Shalom. Join us across the way for the Oneg.